So yeah, it's going to be a little bit interesting. We have no Sentinel for either team on the map that is probably the most dependent on a Sentinel. Yeah, let's see what happens. Ice Ager Fighter, thank you so much, man. Appreciate the 6 months. Liquid to qualify for all of the international lands. Bro, the first international lands is only 2 from EMEA. I would be surprised if they qualify for that one. Holy, he absolutely sent it. Went so fast that no one was able to trade this one.
With skills finding that pick, look how the rest of Global, they've actually not decided to push off the back of it. They're going to remain disciplined, they're going to remain controlled, and they're going to let FURIA push into them once again.
Skills. Nice shot into Liazzi. And Global keep it strong.
Yeah, stand-ins farming.
Once again as well, Pavlos, they're not extending, they're not accelerating. They want FURIA
World 2, Fnatic Navi? Yeah, Fnatic Navi. And unless there's a big update, then I don't even want to make a prediction.
How does FURIA adapt from this one? Hopefully not giving them a chance to do that.
But honestly, Navi are pretty good at adapting, so...
FURIA didn't have the best of results against Vitality, but it was a fair fight, it was a strong one. Many would have thought if they weren't in the same group, could have been a final, but no. Russ making sure that Global is on top on this pistol, and there's only one player left, and Khalil might be able to find something out of this, but no, a flawless to make the crowd go
deaths. 3 for the stand-in.
Imagine what happens if GE win a map here.
The thing is, I really enjoyed the crowd in the previous matchup as well, because they were cheering for every type of kill.
Yeah, they were.
For every type of insane play, because even though these guys are fans of Global
pistol
and the
gods,
Indian Valorant world, they're also fans
that
of the game
true.
itself, and that's what's really important.
That they are, Pavlos. For FURIA now, I believe the pause has come very quickly. Hopefully all could be remedied shortly. And from what we have seen, Pavlos, it may not be much, but from what we have seen, Global Esports...
Thoughts on APAC region signing so many foreign players and coaches? Should EMEA do the same? Aren't they signing aren't a lot of the coaches from EMEA anyway? Nah, the EMEA region is like relatively big with all that stuff. I think the stand-ins being like more from NA makes a lot of sense. The NA tier 2 is definitely like has the most talent in my books in terms of like the most amount of it. So yeah, those kind of imports make a lot of sense. Just because it's a strong region with not as many international teams in franchising.
You know, have greater successes than they had with the previous roster. Even though at the start of the season they looked pretty strong. Towards the end, LCQ...
A lot of talent with not a lot of spots. Yeah, exactly
so
that.
That's got to be a sore feeling within the organization itself.
It's got to be, and you know, the elimination here certainly isn't going to help that. But I tell you what, Pavlos, I think FURIA have shown quite a bit of potential, and I think that all things considered, I will be very surprised if they go backwards from here. It feels like for this team, the only way is up.
This guy's pumped to get his phone out. He's getting ready. What's he got?
The only way is up. I thought there was continuation to that. But yeah.
SK Rossi.
You're definitely right.
Dude, I saw, as soon as the camera was on him, I saw his face light up, bro. He was so excited.
And it'll be interesting to see how they get there. Obviously, this is an opportunity for them to, you know, dig into all of the issues. Of course, they need to basically figure out their coordination. And this
Isn't the rate good? Yeah, pretty much everyone on K-Corp is good.
There's someone in the crowd who, their whistle, it sounds like birdsong. They've been doing it all day. It's
you know who we're talking about.
Yeah.
Let's hear it again. The whistle.
Will the mics pick it up?
No, I don't know. Maybe.
Oh, maybe.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Maybe not.
Key coaches are fan. Yeah, they mentioned it in the interview thing, right?
We actually turned around and wondered, how did a bird get in here? Yeah. And then we actually saw some guy with that sound came from a person. So quite interesting indeed.
I'm very jealous, Pavlos.
Can you do any type of whistle?
I could like a normal whistle, but I see a lot of the GE guys.
So
they can do the, like,
does that mean that we're getting back into it now? The little
that's really loud.
indicator's gone.
It's impressive how the lungs on the GE fans.
Indeed.
To prove my point.
Vibing.
All right, man. That's pretty loud.
That's pretty damn loud. That is pretty damn loud.
That is pretty loud. Oh my god.
Yeah. Haven't tried it, Amps. Haven't tried that.
What are the owners of GE? Just handed him a bottle of water.
Yeah, they're like, you're gonna need that, mate. Oh, yeah, honestly, for Global, I think it's unfortunate that Benkai couldn't be here, so we won't be able to see that full strength. But given what we've seen so far, you know, what do you think Benkai can provide to this roster?
I think Benkai provides the stability, actually, with that. You sort of get with, that you somewhat get with skills as well.
Yeah.
Is Benkai, off-camera, is known for being sort of eccentric and sort of wild. Actually, when he's in the server, he's surprisingly controlled.
Here we go again. I got faith. I got faith that this won't be that long.
Slower play style to what the previous iterations of global esports were.
There we go. Look at that.
That being said, though, Pavlos, it's enough speculation from
Didn't
us.
even get tempted to load up the TDM. Okay,
MW0
buys a sheriff into this one, and we have 4 guns that can kind of farm. They really go heavy into like specters. Most people these days are buying rifles, but this kind of secures that you're not going to get ecoed at least. Why did I say that? They're going to get ecoed. High goes down over towards on B.
Having a lurk with Polvi, the Finnish man with a glorious mustache.
Polvi's a little bit crazy there in my books. Knows that 2 people are there and still decides to go a little bit aggro. I like that he at least falls back.
They're going to be encroaching on a very lonely Azzy here, Pavlos. I can't help but worry that for Furia, this rotation needs to be much, much quicker. Yes, there's a threat.
My faith is all they want, of course, bro. I don't mind watching it. I like watching all the games. I like all the teams, really.
They want to get to this retake quickly, and well, with another plant, Russ getting that bit closer to the ult on the Gecko.
So you might be tempted to let Skills or Russ farm. That is devastating. That's not what I had in mind for the farming.
They're not going down without a fight. Paranoia misses the mark.
It's not a great plant.
Untroubled by it. Skills, Blaze King, successful. MW0 though is sharp shooting. Lightning Fast being there as a guarantee. Skills is in trouble, only with a pistol.
Oh boy.
Now down to Lightning Fast.
Damn, dude, this one got
and
so
that means that
close.
G won't be conceding this one. Second round is there.
Yeah, they gotta do a better plant than
However,
this.
Pavlos, that was by all means
They gotta do a better plant than this.
They really struggled.
You have so much time and they plant here, it doesn't make sense. The only place you can see this plant is from like wide on side.
Flanking squad, and instead they then push in.
Bro, that's Wingman's fault again. This is the issue with geckos sometimes as well. People because they're gecko, they don't get good plants, which means that the after plant falls. We go into this corner, which can only be seen over towards here. Thank you for having different minimaps.
Rifles now from Furia.
Like this from Furia, this is how most teams approach this again, just one way holding with one person. This is nice from G. Smoke over towards middle, fake pressure, and then they just want to try and disrespect this. But that is not how we do it when we have a fade. Still a bonus though, so that's why they wanted to try and do this. They do take down the smokes though, so like maybe. But you gotta find that a little bit crazy when you look over towards Blaze King's util. Like there should at the very least be an eye or a prowler to do this.
Not until the sound of the whistle, but in this case the tick of that clock. Take hold. I don't think they know how much that seize was important. They got smoked off in the final moment, didn't quite realize that they did catch 2 people in that. Russ to exit it, Conan holding down the line. Alone with possibility of a swing from the other end, but Conan doesn't need help. Lightning Fast opportunity taken to push through. Grab a pick on Havoc.
Want to do damage here. He needs to relax a bit. He should accept that he's not going to win the. I was going to say he should accept that he's not going to win the round, but he should just try and do damage there, because it is just a bonus anyway. They ended up doing okay damage in terms of 2 of them, so this becomes a swing round. So there is that, right? These are the 2. I mean, this will be a drop.
Conan didn't even have to move there.
Yeah, it's the two players from FURIA that managed to pick up 2 kills apiece. And with that, they're able to close it out. FURIA seems like they're not only playing up against a team, they're playing up against an entire stadium.
Okay, I'm just going to put a circle on everyone that can't buy. These are the 2 over towards the left that obviously died in the last round, or at least their mates did, so they have to drop. This is nice from G, though. It looks like, again, points of contention is these 3. You have to get one of these 3, and they decide to go for top middle in terms of creating question marks around the map. They do this, that means that B is weaker because they have to move one over. That was fast. Lovely shot. It was a bit too bold from Conan, in my opinion, here. Especially on the agent.
But look at the lurk here from the Viper pushing up to this A site. FURIA, they're going to have to play retake here, and it means they are going to avoid the thrash. But what happens when it gets reclaimed here and it goes into the alpha plant?
Yeah, Fish is here, and then honestly they can. Where's my smoke? Because the spike does not feel good to go across here. We go for a interesting plant again from Lil Bro. A little bit better than before. Fischl comes back in 4 seconds though, so they need to make sure that Gecko doesn't do anything too bold. Lovely. Nice Fischl. Man, MW popping. Holy, this was close from BlazeKing. Actually nearly made this one doable. My main concern here is GE tunnel vision so heavy on pushing deep there. MW0 probably made this round pretty easy. But yeah, they tunnel visioned on this area very hard. They actually had like no one watching this.
And considering how much mileage the Thrash got there, I'm very curious to see what the Overdrive can do, bearing in mind that FURIA, they are not shying away from taking these early fights.
No, I did like that GE did end up pushing towards spawn there, trying to take space of their own, but at the same time, they gave up too much, and they gave up control over the spike.
So yeah, like we said, big swing round, so now they have to go for the eco. Looks like we're going for a fast split over towards B. Smoke, Omen Flash, double satchel, something like that, right? No. Oh my goodness. Okay, early B control, and they were kind of waiting for this, so they at least create the question mark like they're taking middle again with just the smoke. Prowler gets used to clear a bit of this. Prowler doesn't clear much, just cleared the smoke itself.
Respecting the plethora of players.
Shadows traveling.
Try peeking the smoke. Liazzi might be against a lot before he even expects it. I think that's a dink through the wall, but it's not quite quick enough. That's the TP. Is he going to be saved? No. Polvi quick enough to the trigger, but that's going to be the overdrive enabled Havoc. The only one for FURIA to get a kill. Look at the back of the site, though. MW0 is doing work. GE,
yeah,
are they in this?
MW0 is
so.
popping
Unless
people at the
is able to
moment.
do something good with this Sheriff.
He's been the big factor in multiple of these rounds. Skills, there is 2 people to your right.
And with Spike not even planted in the middle of the control of the defenders, FURIA look poised to close this out themselves.
Maybe thought there was a smoke there or something. I'm not entirely sure. The tunnel vision there was huge.
30 seconds left.
Oh man, 5 HP.
That could have been a pickup. And all of them holding the same angle, and that is virtually impossible. Good call by
nice run from FURIA though.
End,
3 people survive.
Well.
2 of them super low, have to rebuy armor.
Actually, to fall back when required, and to then just completely hold that position, to not leave that connector angle, and instead to capitalize on the fact that GE have to move into them.
I'm out of here.
And with that, we enter another buy round, I do believe, from the GE side. It's a moment for them to try and get back into this. Couple of ultimates available. There is a Nightfall from both sides. Options to use that aggressively. Looking at this, FURIA want to take this really aggressively. Look at
this is nice.
Stopped by snake bite for now.
Stun close so you can't cross. Omen Flash at the back with a Fade Eye, and you can't get hit by the Omen Flash, so you can't pop the Fade Eye, so it definitely scans. Pretty cool.
Lots of utility to make that happen. The Overdrive, or the Neon, now without anything to work with.
One way we're familiar with, MW0 trying to play a little bit more aggressively. Paranoia forcing him out.
Wait, this overwhelm's quite nice. I want to keep an eye on the Omen, see what the Omen's going to do over towards middle.
They give it over. Only MW0 holds it and is fast enough to get out of harm's way.
Wow, he looks really comfy on the Neon.
I think he's about to get his Viper spit, so an alpha plant here for G would be perfect.
Preemptive Nightfall coming through. FURIA, perhaps to delay it. They want to regain sight of this A position. W0. Oh, he's clean with it. Rusto turns it all around. Lightning fast to the center of the site as he does make his appearance. But still GE trailing. They need a fight and they need it quickly to go in their favor. Rust and Blazer King both winning out their kills. Look behind you though, Liazzi is there to try and stab you.
Rust for a 1 versus 2 now. Spike is going to go down.
Yeah, it's a bit of a nightmare. It does have mosh pit at least.
Almost guarantee the round for him.
Doesn't go deep enough really.
Is there movement forward?
Oh my! The lineup though.
And Russ makes the cross.
The lineup. Big 1v2 from him.
Pavlos. And well, for a moment it looked like he only got one, but they line up for him. Furia, one misstep, and it's instantly punished by Global Esports. And you can
get
hear
pumped
how
after this
excited
one.
that makes them.
Wow.
I need this. Thank you.
Does it break there? It breaks the econ as well.
Pure prowess. Good idea from Liaz to enter the back line there, but this. Let's have a look at that one again. They weren't ready for
nice.
that one bit.
Yeah, tank the molly as well a little bit. But
Viper's Pit is available for skills now, so G once again it could go for one of these faster rounds, and it looks like they may do just that. Already with control over to a short set.
It was nice from him to get out. I do wonder if they're going to insta-react from this though, because they see two pushing bottom middle.
Opportunity for GE to gain the lead.
So I would be tempted, but this is nice. This is going to become a very normal default. This is like a very good way of doing it once you take A control. Just kind of isolate one into this area, just slot them in, and then you can go back and take more map control, and then we can have like a late luck over towards A. Like this, in theory, from GE is the most common default. I'm a little bit worried about doing it on an eco, because then you're kind of giving them a gun, but still a good sign to see that they have it. Official here is really good as well, because you can wrap all the way around and then you can just pick it up. So official over towards B. I can't remember. Was it Paper X that were doing this? This is they would always go B with their official.
Nice shot from Lightning Fast.
Jesus, how many people you having to time out? Chat, stop flaming. If you flame, you're just gonna get timed out.
They both look at each other. They had their knives out.
Like, we don't really flame it.
Say
It's
hi
not how we do
and
it.
goodbye and avoid the fight altogether.
Now Lightning Fast, look at another
I mean, Lightning Fast should be owning this.
Oh my god, that was clean!
I didn't think he'd own it that much. What a nice round from him. Holy. Okay, this was good though as well. This whole default made a lot of sense.
Rightfully so, Pavlos. A 4K from him there, and that comes from flanking the flankers.
That's a good sign. That is a good sign.
From Skills, who was already flanking the remaining Viper.
And they're playing nothing like they did last time. Last time was all about like fast strats. Like they just kind of played a little bit like ranked, to be honest, last time. This, they're actually doing like set defaults. They're taking the main areas that you need to take and slotting people in positions. So it looks like they're treating this game a lot different to the other one. I say is they literally go for the fast strat, but I also think this is good. Big buy rounds, you can force them down, and they kind of done the default. Whoa! I was gonna say, how did that do no damage?
Uh-oh, they don't know he crossed it, which means it's a free kill. Blaze King as well.
And this is a massive buy there. They need MW0 to just own it.
And Rush has it all covered. G turn it all around and they're
Chat, this is a big round, by the way. 4 people surviving, money's out of control. You get 3,000. We get the plant as well, and we look over towards here, and there is nothing here, anyways.
One from the shadows as well. They still haven't had to commit to the Viper's Pit either. So the win conditions, they're going to carry over Pavlos. GE, they've got off to a flying start.
But they did. Who would have thought this was a bite round from FURIA? Ended it so quickly.
Yeah, I like the change of pace from them as well. We've seen multiple defaults, right? They started off with a default over towards middle, then they started doing default over towards A and started locking one here. And then they go into the big buy round and they just speed it up. It's the first time we've seen like something fast from them. Really cool.
Absolutely right here, Lightning Fast. Going for the flank onto Khalil here. Doesn't spot him out. Oh, he does! And oh, that's a nice shot as well. Global, they make it 6, or they make it 5 even. Just a hop, skip, and a jump away from a very, very convincing half here for FURIA, this is the sort of time you start looking at a timeout. You start considering, okay, how do we break this momentum that Global have established?
It's going to be a difficult one.
They're turning up. I mean, this is a very good start from them.
And I think this is a tournament where you'd want Lightning Fast to do
This is,
well. Right? He's kind of
this is a
replacing
FURIA
SK
timeout,
Rossi
maybe?
into that lead Indian player in this GE roster. So a great performance here will show that he's deserving of that spot.
Even in the timeouts, GE will sit there and shout down FURIA. And you know what's a wise tactic? If you are loud enough with your crowds, are FURIA even going to hear their coach?
Is that really the tactic here?
Well, it could be.
Stop them from hearing their coach?
They're loud enough.
Or maybe that's why the tact time matters.
Ah, exactly.
Can you tell the crowd to be quiet so we can't hear? I'm pretty sure that's not how he sounds. He's probably speaking Brazilian. No, don't be quiet, crowd. We
Brazilian, Pavlos.
Yeah.
The co-owner is more passionate than the fan. I mean,
How
he's
many
got more to
countries-
lose.
how many
More to lose and more to
countries have we
gain.
been to cast?
That's the way it kind of should be anyway.
I don't know, how many?
Enough to be embarrassed by that mistake.
Oops. You know what I mean. Brazilian dialect of Portuguese? There is a dialect, no?
Yeah, I guess
There is sort of a dialect.
you can make that
Because they switch
argument.
up words and everything. It's a different pronunciation
Yeah.
as well.
You both that's not what you meant, though.
We said the money was in the
We're going
bin.
to
This
the
kind of
ninth
reflects
now.
that.
The timeout for FURIA. Is that going to be
This
the
is
saving
interesting. They
grace
could
of
definitely
the
go
elite?
aggro,
Well,
get an
let's go to
orb, and
Camille,
then
who
try and
has
use
had a
that. That would be
fairly
like the
slow
most
start.
obvious
Pavlos
strat at the
1 and
moment.
6 at the
Yeah, they
moment.
take over towards
He's
B
not gonna
main
get
with the
much mileage
smoke.
from
They
this
managed to
fight when
get
it
the
comes to
neon
really
ult.
slowing these attacks.
And neon ult, you can absolutely send it on the ecos. This has definitely made a lot of sense in terms of the plan after the timeout. GE in return have done a bit of control over towards A. They've been mixing it up as well. I think every time they did this wall, they hit over towards A on the games. So I wonder if they're trying to bait with it and they're going to go B, hoping that FURIA did some homework on them. Looks like it. Looks like it might actually work.
Fancying this traversal towards B.
Something to mention, Pavlos, is that because FURIA have the weaker buy here, they're the ones who have to push the subject. They're the ones who have to try and fight here. And
Yeah, it works out
me,
well.
I can't help but think that when it comes to FURIA, how do you get on top of global? How do you prevent them from taking the range game with you, especially when you're going into a retake because you've stacked the wrong site?
Spike planted.
Why no Sentinel? I got no good answer for you, I'll be honest.
I mean,
But we'll just stick with it. Be a huge nade. Oh my god.
It's going to do a little bit of damage, but 1 kill is all it will be getting.
It's a good reposition from him as well. This is such a OP spot.
Will this position be checked? Trust there.
Oh,
Lightning Fast.
well, it was an OP spot. Damn, they all go over towards main even though we have vision block for the spike. Is it stairs plant? It's not even a stairs plant, man. Honestly, the Omen smoke could be really big here.
Want to force this man out because
Oh,
he'll
there goes
start
the Omen
shooting upon
for
you.
smoking. Didn't have a smoke up, but I don't know how long it
Clean
was
as it
for.
could be really from the GE side. Nicely done. No risk taken.
They delayed
Round
very
for
well,
them.
and then they just decided to play after.
This
He's the Omen, right? That was the Omen that TP'd out there. He's happy with the play.
They are not going to care.
I don't know if they were staying on top of the Omen smoke, but if they knew they used the Omen smoke for somewhere else, I mean, it was a good play. But I didn't see an Omen smoke here.
So far. And for MW0, he's not got too much mileage from the overdrive. It feels like a ability where he's only been good for one with it every time, whereas you see the likes of sort of Thrust.
Alright, another big round for FURIA. Another one of those rounds where if they lose this, they don't have any money. Wow, this with the new Gecko is pretty good as well. And they take down their smoker again. This is the worry with some of this stuff. Is just like this whole thing where you're trying to set one up over towards A. When you're trying to set up your Omen over towards A, it can backfire pretty hard. It's a nice trade back though. Honestly, a lot of these defaults are kind of interesting. Because they don't have a Sentinel, so like when they're like 3-1-ing or 4-1-ing, it's like a Raze holding the other side of the map.
Have to lose a player per side, but Conan takes a lot of damage in the process. And GE spread out generally. FURIA like to play this one in pairs.
They do, and I like that. I like that play style. It means that you're able to trade. It means that you're able to get an early warning system in place as well. And because Global Esports haven't really thrown any flakes at the moment, it means you can at least slow the attack when it comes. That being said, though, the attack looking over to that A site, a position which
We kind of look at the
Furia
minimap
left
again, and
unguarded
it feels
Pavlos.
like
It may be
the
another
call right
retake
here
attempt
is
for Furia.
great.
Again,
Once again,
I'm enjoying the calls from Furia, knowing, you know, having a stronger site and a
30
weaker one, and
seconds
if Russ plants,
thinking that
he's going to be one
a
away
retake
from
is also
Fischl.
quite a possible effect
He also
for
has
them,
a.
but
I mean,
they've
they
been a
actually
bit
have
unlucky
so much
in regards to
util.
making this call so far.
Like all three of them do.
Definitely take advantage of that one. Don't you love Wingman running with a spike?
I'm not even sure
on
they
a
need to go
mission?
aggro.
We
They
get a
can just
cheer
let
for
them
Wingman,
retake
everybody.
and then use their util, right? I
Apparently
think the
not.
aggro
Just
caused a
one person.
mistake.
Thank you. That one person, I love you. Oh, a bit of a trade, and it actually goes in
Yeah,
favor of
aggro call
Fury
doesn't
here.
make sense when they have so much util.
Laser King only knows the position of one of these players, Pavlos. He's got to be damn quick here.
Repositioning. Spike touch doesn't reveal his position. Both.
Okay, I mean,
the Fury players
Fury
looking
can
in the
only
right
shoot what's in front of them
direction.
there, but
GE
that was
not
a bit
quite
of a
able to pick that
mistake
one
there.
up.
They
Instead, it
had,
goes to the Brazilians.
no joke,
But for Global
the
here,
best
they've
possible
guaranteed
util they
control
could
of
ever
this
have
so
in this
regardless
after
of
plant in the
outcome,
3-on-3.
they are in a fairly
Maybe because they were
comfortable
scared
position.
that they didn't have
For Furia
information
now,
behind,
it's
so they felt like they
scrambling
wanted to
for
take some
rounds,
map
especially
control.
on your defense,
It's the only
which
thing I could
I'd argue
think.
that Sunset is fairly defender-sided, Pavlos.
They kind of did have info behind, really.
Gives an opportunity to come back. And with that,
Still low money for Furia, though.
GE
Dude,
approaching
15 to 7. This
their
is such a
next
solo
attack.
carry
Spread out,
right now.
spike towards the right-hand side. Can definitely tell what the leniency is looking like here.
One away from a Nightfall on either side. Khalil one away from his own Viper's bit here. Very early fresh usage here, and it looks like Global Esports want to go fast on this push over to A, establishing some very, very quick control. And bear in mind that this is a position
Yeah,
which Furia
early
has been
Fischl,
fighting
and they
for
did this.
the last 5 rounds
They
in a
did
row.
this before, where they insta pop the Fischl. It's kind of nice though, just get A control.
Yeah, Russ using his
This
trailblazer,
time, instead of putting
using
one over
his,
towards A, they put two over towards
Thrasher
A in the
as
default.
if it was a trailblazer, and he'll get a second one as he picks it up again.
I mean, the thing with this wall is it's good for retake because it blocks vision here, but it does also give the option of doing crazy stuff like this.
Thrasher used for a second time, again to clear out a bit of mid, but not quite able to catch anybody out. GE still lingering towards his right-hand side. Interestingly enough, Furia hold on to a lot of the utility, especially on that Havoc side, who's going to be very crucial to the defense of this A side.
Hovey with the op as
How much
well,
are
and they
gonna
have
delay?
no.
Fake smoke towards the B
They
side.
kind
Is
of
that
just have
enough
to jump
lure
peek to get
and
vision
keep
here.
the Furia players in that direction? Havoc first blood going to him. Blaze King able to trade it back, so no more breach utility. But Conan and
Man,
Liazzi
GE are
have
playing
his back.
so weird though.
Nicely done
It's
here
so
from
weird that they do
Furia to
like a
pick this up.
4-1 default. They kind of just prove my point that you don't need everything that Polvi is doing. A Sentinel does better, right? They 4-1 default all the time, and all he's doing is getting in charge of B. But he could just have a Cypher camera to do this. Like, and everything they're doing on attack, they're trying to do about the duelists because they don't have anyone to go through the choke point.
Also falling, Furia. They look to silence both.
So yeah, it's weird at the moment.
Now they do.
Their default doesn't make too much sense in
There
my
ain't
book.
stopping this crowd.
Or their default makes sense in terms of numbers, not for the agents.
For Global Esports here, going into the final round of this first half, I want to mention that from both of these teams, they've not found anything really from their Viper spits. I'm expecting Skills to at least use it this half. For Khalil, I'd like to see him.
Liazzi gets the Nivera Omen op out.
But for Liazzi,
Honestly, he might get something over towards middle.
Seen that before. Carmen Corp, shout out.
This makes more sense.
Hasn't always worked out.
Setting up the Neon over towards A.
But it does
Like
now.
that's someone
It
that
does now,
is
but
expendable
still
instead of the
with
Omen.
No, not without consequence.
That's a nice trade. They double swing middle even though they
again
had
spread
off.
out. Hoping Skills can keep attention towards this A site as Furia look to peek it out themselves. Might be a simultaneous push from both of the teams. But it's GE that needs to be pushing it. Polvi finds the opening.
And I think this is part of the reason why they brought the op into the last round, because over towards B, when it's a Viper solo over towards B, a lot of the time to get information they just have to peek out. So that round right there kind of explains the attack op a bit better, them knowing that the Viper has to try and get information by just
Oh, elegant
peeking.
kill by him. Try and get more, but Polvi.
Nice round, bro.
Missed the
They're using
mustache.
chat.
It's
They're
his
using a
thing.
raise like a Cypher. It's so odd. It is very odd, but it was still a very nice half from them.
Lead for Global Esports now, going into this second half, going onto the defense Pavlos. Do you think GE are going to be able to keep this up, or do you think it's going to be Furia to regain the lead?
definitely going to take some fighting.
Gecko is the new duelist. I mean, yeah, something was on Gecko as well. I mean, something was actually using Gecko like a duelist as well. You're not wrong. To send Wingman in and trade him.
I mean, 7-5
Wingman is the duelist.
Right? It's definitely not over, but Global seem to be the team that is taking most of the control, and winning that last round of this half might give them some extra momentum entering the next one. But it all comes down to the pistol, doesn't it?
That it does, and I mean, True Rippers, they showed us exactly how good pistol rounds can be and how influential they can be.
Kang started it by upping on Gecko and Bind. Yeah.
A little bit of pressure on them now.
Maybe we all didn't realize at the time.
Set them up for potentially even just retaking the lead past Global Esports. For Global, the pistol here would allow them to try and push ahead and maybe even start setting up a victory on this first map.
Time to take over. I mean, look, again, this is one of the rare opportunities Zusu team will be able to face up against each other. Last time that could have come up would have been a lock-in, but there aren't many opportunities like that unless you do qualify to international events. So they've got to make the best of it. Inter-region competition.
Man, honestly, FURIA might need the pistol.
Here in India. What a treat.
It feels like it's relatively attack side, at least at the beginning of this map.
Now
That's where it's leaning towards. But you have seen some teams absolutely lock it down on defense.
Tiles to try and overwhelm the Gecko. If not, it's going to be that ace site under a lot of pressure here. Russ,
Wolf's pretty nice.
To the occasion
Blocks vision at one point, so you have to have 2 people over towards here, similar to like a Ascent or something, right?
First shot's shown.
Sorry.
FURIA.
Hey,
full-person peek. Just gets out of it with his life. I think onto the head of one of the players.
Crunch over towards middle, man. The crunch is over towards middle. It's so scary, bro. How on earth? What is going on over towards A? They did nice though. Spike's out in the open. A lot of damage done to Liazzi. I think that happened early on from the original peak.
Killer of this round for FURIA. MW0 going for a bit of a flank, but any moment now,
MW0 can. Oi, he's getting spotted. Yeah, they're dueling.
Comes out on top still. Liazzi, next player in contention, right clicks and shows his presence.
It's a very good repositioning from MW.
Is it going to be in time, in fact, for
double pistol, chat, pistol gods.
It's going to be Global Esports to come out on top with that one.
The stand-in skills, the superstar, comes out, a 3K for the pistol round. And well, with that, we're going to have to see what he can do going into the rest of this half. They're here for bunks. Oh, that's the streamer we met earlier. For now, though, going into the second half.
Oh my god, this is such a troll. I just realized
how does the safe sensor make you feel?
Let's go Khalil. He's 1 on 8. Oh my word. I'm not sure if they're doing that.
Wait, is that actually what they're doing?
Just to, like, you know, we want to see a little bit more of action here.
Oh, nice
game. It could be both.
Fully work,
up for interpretation. We're sliding fast with the first blood in this round.
Is that actually what they did at the... That is, man. That's kind of sick. That's like football.
Looks like for FURIA here, it really is stopped in their tracks. They've completely slammed on the brakes. They want GE to at least probe to try and to get a little bit more info before they execute.
Yeah, safe Sentinel in terms of vitality, I think it's okay. I feel a lot better about it because Runner looked incredible.
That's going to buy a further 10-15 seconds now as FURIA may just have to head back to the drawing board.
Got a minute to work with. So they can figure out another plan. It looks like they're going to be moving towards the safe side. Nice shot from Habit. That's good for one.
Lovely cleanup. Honestly, a very good peak from skills as well. GE took a little bit of a gamble, but it was more just down to the fact that Polvi had so much information that they didn't need. Like, even though they cut sounds, like they didn't buy on the cut sounds just because Polvi had so much info here. So silent MVP was Polvi on this one. Double pistol, double anti-eco.
Bearing in mind that the last time FURIA were able to bring out their rifles, it was a victory in that round, and that was where they actually started striking back against Global Esports. So I worry actually for GE that
the bonus is looking awful. Not gonna lie, what are we buying on this? Marshall picked up from Polvi, he buys a rifle. Lightning Fast has got to buy something, right? Okay. And they decide to go aggro. Same wall as well. It's interesting. It's same wall, but it's like a little bit. I mean, they do it from here, so you can have a very tight.
Some weapons to work with. I don't think it's an all-impossible one. They've got 3 rifles, one of them being a Vandal, and some Polvi, which is exactly who you'd want it on.
It's a very aggressive push from him, actually.
I have no idea, right? And they have no
As
Sentinel.
He's wary of it, but I don't think he's wary of the fact that right now, Furia, they're just
Yeah, he could take a really good timing. Look at the rotate coming in. Oh man, Furia could get
The
wrecked.
Toxic String giving them very small space over the B side, but that means they can take it in 2 parts. Now going for the second end of it.
Stun was unbelievable.
Really strong for them, but look at Polvi. Oh, lightning fast coming in from behind. Don't underestimate the classic. And Furia need to rethink this, need to grab some kills
Holy,
themselves.
I mean, they're doing good with some of their peaks. They got some nice double peaks going. They get a bonus as well. Yeah, chat, this might be it. I mean, they should be a done. They go against an eco now. There's so many of them survive. They have so many guns to pick up. They're actually making, I mean, they're actually kind of dominating them a little bit.
So the second that spike is tapped, that's when they push in, when they know that one of the Furia members is going to be preoccupied. They bounce off one another beautifully, and they just trade one another to perfection. Look at this lightning fast, Polvi, lightning fast again, all aided by Russ on the Gecko there, and you can see by the joy on GE's face how much these rounds mean to them, especially now that they sit at double the scoreline
5-10.
of Furia. Nightfall available.
Triple Stinger. We got Fatal though. Fatal with Triple Stinger is pretty devastating. It's looking like a good split. They've only got 2 people over towards B. Polvi's done great though.
Polvi, Russ.
Wow, nice reaction from Russ. Did he just absolutely send it?
Fronts, by the way. And Russ is in trouble. MW0 wants a bit. Oh, that was personal. He's saying enough of this. We need some presence in this game.
Oh, look at
You're making this easy. Oh dear. Have a piece of Blazer King. Khalil alone, 11 points of health. Oh, it's cold. It's cold out here. And it's a lonely world at that. Polvi putting him to the dirt.
Well, it's just a low buy, but still they handled it very well.
From closing out map number 1.
You want to talk about pressure, Pavlos? This is pressure. The crowd against you on your opponent's map pick with a buy-in you, but after these Vandals, how far does it extend, Pavlos? They'll be out on pistols, fighting for their life. One away from the overdrive.
Chat, I can't believe we're watching I can't believe we're watching a sunset where there's no Sentinels. Still can't get over it.
He's done a lot with that overdrive, but only for 1 kill. We've not seen the big wars of multi-kills, which, well, they
Can't believe both of them went through all of their practice and was fine with no Sentinel.
And now Mountain has
It's crazy how different teams look on this map. It kind of happens just because it's also bringing in what I'm talking about now. Everyone has their own idea on new maps, and until there is like a set meta, maps are pretty fun.
They can get their tactical timeout required.
So Pavlos, when this GE roster was signed, a lot of questions were raised about who the hell's this Polvi guy? Who the hell's this Rust guy? What are they doing here? I think those questions will be answered, especially if they beat the likes of Furia.
The Finns knew, the Northern European League knew.
We knew, but now the world is going to know.
It's more unbelievable Paper-X even play a Sentinel on Sunset, yeah.
This dominant fashion.
It's just playing on easy mode.
Someone's got to tell me what is Polvi's mustache care routine.
Well, he can only dream of having something
Could
like
only dream, honestly.
Okay, massive buy round for Furia. They got to go up against an op and 2 people that are 1 away from an ult, but they do have their Fatal still. Gotta want to see it use this round.
Let's see if G can close this one out.
Where's the op? Damn, this is a passive op.
Figured this puzzle out for now.
There.
Heading most of their
Oh, I like this though. It's still a very good pause because we have the smoke. It's going to be Omen smoke, and you can always see above it from here. So in terms of it, it's actually not bad.
That it is now, and well, for Furia, this Nightfall usage for me is going to be almost the trump card in this round. Having the ult advantage over Global Esports isn't going to be a permanent thing. The second GE start making moves in terms of going for picks, going for control of these ult orbs, that's when they're going to start building up that ult economy as well.
Okay, so Furia go for a similar default we were talking about earlier, right? You create question mark over towards side. You just have 1 pass in here just holding it, then you go hit B, and then obviously this guy can kind of just lurk through any of these positions. Both of the Prowlers used to get info over towards middle, spotted nothing. And the fade now is actually just solo faking. Let's look at the minimap and see what... Okay, fade goes out. It is literally skills on his own. What the hell is that shot?
absolutely ripped Polvi out of this
Okay,
world.
Skulls has to go.
And that's allowed
huge,
Furia to move in to the other side of the map. Yes, the skills there,
Okay,
but
they
he's
don't
waiting for
push far,
reinforcements. It's a
and they
4v5
still have
for this
Omen.
retake.
Rightfully so, GE, they get ready to cascade
I'm a little
back
bit
onto
worried
this
from
site.
Furia.
They're
I
already
want
in
to see
position, they've already got a
this.
bit of control, but it's that main
Because the
spot
vision block
that is
just
really
means we're
going
going to see a
be
spam
the,
fest.
challenge for GE
Oh
here.
man, Furia, please put
Dark
someone
covered, at
middle.
least conceal one of the edges of this site. Lightning fast, trying to touch the spike within the poison cloud, but there's a lot thrown at him, and that is some of it is going to be led. Russ finding a kill against Havoc in the end, but it does seem that Furia's team to be
Yeah,
on
it's
top of
fine.
things, and they've got double the amount of players. Spray across, Blazer King can't do
Lightning
much.
Fast needed to. I don't know when Lightning Fast went down
Got him one, you
fully,
need
but
3 more, and
needed
Furia
to
running
smoke
away, but they're
either
moving
the
it back
spike
in and
or
together.
this
MW Zero
curious spam
slides
fest.
through.
Okay,
But
looks
Furia
kind of
don't
convincing
wanna
still
let
from
this round go
Furia, but
just
I'm
yet.
not.
There's an extremely messy after
I'm
plant,
not
but there's one
super
bit of
happy
use I
with the
wanna
after
highlight there,
plant, but
Pavlos.
that's fine.
From the breach of Furia, they use the aftershocks on their own position to obscure the vision into main. Very, very cool bit of tech there. And it does mean that even though you're still going to see, even though bullets are going to come your way, it gives you that sort of half a second of hesitation. And when you're at this level, Pavlos, half a second might as well be a century. The ults all coming online now, practically. The stage is set for another messy round. And we are going to see
Insta ult, Omen Flash, Prowler. Raze is following up the fish. They take so much map control. Instant reaction from Furia. But again, they do not have a Sentinel, and Polvi is pretty much one of the pack right now rushing the site. They realize that they might be getting... Dude, give me Polvi's POV. He's behind everyone.
Find their way out to the back line. Polvi has made his appearance known. Showstopper is going to be enough. That is GE showing who is
Yeah, they send it over towards middle, insta-official, and there's no one's watching behind. And there's 3 people from Furia that can't buy.
Looks like that they might be able to find their way back into this half. GE, or should I say Polvi, responds violently.
Yeah, but mate, I'm not even joking. It looked like Polvi was just like a little bit late to the exec. He looked like he was one of their team.
It simply didn't matter. 12 to 6.
6 chances.
For Furia.
We got to remember that they want both pistols.
They've got to get onto these sites,
It's still been a bit of
GE
slaughter.
has been preventing them from doing pretty admirably for the last couple of rounds.
The half ended 7-5. Since then, GE have won every single one.
And look at this buy. It should end now.
Can they keep that streak going?
Okay.
Finding fast in trouble.
Whoa.
MW Zero, good shot.
5 HP?
Down to 5
I mean,
points
that's
of
the way
health.
we do it. At least we saw some util with this. No matter what, Lightning Fast was getting
Players
traded
deficit.
here. So that was pretty cool. I'm surprised
Going aggressive
MW0
once again
survives
towards
the
main. I like the
slope.
fact they're trying to re-clear for map control. But that being said, Furia, they do the exact same strategy which Global were doing in the earlier rounds of the first half, where instead they go quiet. They let their opponents stew in almost paranoia, Pavlos.
Trav, yeah, it's Trav and Dom playing it, right?
50 seconds left on the clock. Global now. The seeds of doubt starting.
So this is kind of nice. They get the kill and then they just cut sound, knowing that the defense is going to be a little bit weaker, so they're kind of creating pressure.
That's one. Decent trade.
Unlucky for Conan there, he just ate a bullet that wasn't meant for him.
Not much to work with from Global here as well. A lot of their utility on the Viper has been expended. Only a single snake bite to work with. And already a player down going into this. And those bad weapons that were on Furia already mitigated by picking up the falling comrades of GE. Viper's been expended. At what point does this become a save?
GE want to do a bit of damage because it's still at the point where you can
See what they've got here.
do some
Russ.
econ
Trying
damage
to get a
with this.
kill
Wait,
for
Ross
GE
gets here?
So far in this take.
Boy.
Sprays down desperately, trying to find a shot through the Viper's pit as Iliazi tries to square things up.
Oh,
himself.
Liazi, it's
Russ.
crazy, man.
Oh,
Oh my
that's
goodness.
some damage. Both
Oh, look at
players
the
of Furia
HPs.
low, but
Wow,
MW
that actually got
finds
so
himself the back
close.
line.
6 and
Furia
5.
Not gonna get let
I'm so
go
surprised some of those
just
extra
yet.
bullets
I think
didn't
that
hit,
was
to be
11
honest.
HP total
That was
they had
nearly
there,
a done.
Pavlos. They were moments away from going out with 2 of the players.
Okay, 6 chances down to 5.
They certainly felt his bite.
And
5
money's still
rounds
great.
now to climb for Furia. It's still a mountain, but they've made first base. And you know
Bro,
what I like
how
Pavlos?
is he still alive
I
at the end
like
of this?
that
That's
operator
madness,
comes
isn't
out
it?
on
26
Polvi.
to 13 though.
I mean, last time we did see the
Limited
operator,
success.
it's yeah, it didn't see any success. I'd say.
I mean,
at
he's
all.
having an
Now's the chance
absolute
for
game. Look at the
redemption.
disparity in
Bear
the
in
kills
mind,
right now.
skills still
He's
the
got
Viper's
double
bit,
anyone
so
else on
seems like
his
he's
team.
shied away from using it this map
20
apart
rounds
from
in.
the second we bring it up.
Yeah, it's sort of a theme for skills.
Yeah.
trying to use it as the best moment. Might sometimes prohibit him from. But this time it does. MW's there at first blood yet again. He's being quite the troublemaker for this GE side. And MW0 will be delighted to retrieve that operator as well. Bear in mind, MW0 top fracking the server. He has had an incredible game so far. And he's going to look to continue that streak here as FURIA set their game.
How does he win that?
For this A site. Approaches on. GE defend with 2.
Oh my goodness, he picks up the op as well.
He's done quite a bit. Lightning fast him on side though. Can he stay quiet? Oh, sees and plays. Not even good for one.
Look at him go.
MW0 is taking this game personally and wants to take over.
Man. He's going to have over 30 kills
he's on the
and
wrong
still
side
might
of the
lose.
map. Has to respect it. Allow FURIA to pick up this round. They're not even going for the spike plant. I guess they're just going to wait to give it to MW0 for overdrive to be available. A very smart decision. And that basically puts FURIA on an 8th round, just a few away from GE's round score.
That economy, that mere
think about the money, chat. 2-4 on top of this. So that's a buy, that's a buy, nope, and that's a buy. Could potentially be a drop for this guy. And then this is 1,000 on top, so they at least have guns into this apart from one person. Think as well, if I'm GE here, 6 chances down to 4, you're probably calling a timeout, just to make sure this doesn't go wrong. Would kind of love to keep this gun. Would also love to do some damage, but it doesn't matter too much on that.
I guess he lives, I assume. And with that, we'll
yeah,
save
poor
that weapon
casters
into the
on.
next round for FURIA though. That's ultimates being created. Tempo paced up for them. Is it enough? GE definitely want to take this time to figure out the plan in which they'll be closing this game out on. Only 1 round required up for them after all.
Absolutely. And I mean, for global esports here, they only need 1. Bear in mind that they're about to approach their next ult cycle anyway, so they have the window of opportunity about to present itself. How do they
Pavlos is so jolly even in the last moments. Yeah, I actually think he's he's pretty good.
Get it over with and forces the breeze.
If it is going to be a GE victory here, do you think they've got it in a 3-mapper? Or is it going to be a 2-0 affair?
I think it's a 3-mapper. I think that from what we saw of GE's Breeze, it required quite a bit of work.
This guy's
loving life. That
man.
it required is going to be fulfilled in the space of just a day.
So you're expecting a FURIA Breeze win. So for GE, if they want a chance in the series, this map is definitely necessary.
It's crucial.
Okay, they go into the force buy. This is the person that I said would take a bit of a hit in terms of Polvi takes the hit on this one. I see a lot of pings over towards him, so potential Omen Flash maybe off the fact of if the Gecko Flash hits. Gecko Flash hits Sky, and then you Omen Flash, and then you swing with the... Okay, yeah. So yeah, a couple of protocols coming in. At least they know that they cleared over towards here. 4 chances left, like we said, for GE. So it's still
Last time this happened,
plenty.
it was kind of FURIA's anticipation that GE could go aggressive. Yeah, but for a second time running, that is definitely not the case.
We fade eye to reveal all of that. It's kind of nice.
Instead going to play
Dude, this fade eye on its own creates question mark here and here because no one shot it and it didn't hit anyone.
And it looks like Tiles is going to be the position
they don't fully know that. First time where NW0 looked like he might actually lose a duel, goes down to 4 HP, no heals on this team.
How much of a change will it make?
Official for information, is he just going to round the world it? I kind of like that, to be honest.
I'm quite a fan of the way Russ has been using.
Yeah, actually, I'm a bit of a fan of the way that he's been using some of these ults. I agree. Oh my goodness. 4 HP, trying to do fake pressure over towards here, then we split over towards B. Polvi's going to get tested again. Polvi's mad. Oh goodness, that fade eye over towards middle was incredible. Should be it, chat.
Only 2 kills elude them from closing out this entire map. Scales, not the right crossfire placement, but he might have the correction there in time. Rush does trade it out eventually. Oyazi, what can you do here? He's even got from the shadows, but not much time to get the TP over. 10 seconds.
10 seconds left.
Can he get the spike down? No. Chooses against it. Lightning fast, looking to move in here for market. Paranoia towards him. TP out. Shroud step. Gonna get him out of there.
He hit the
But
wall.
it is
He
basically
thought he got into
moving
main.
into
Okay,
sight
nicely done
to
from
secure
GE.
the
They do
double.
win double
GE.
pistol, but still kind of look
13-8,
pretty
the
good in these
final
buy rounds
score.
as well.
Global Esports get map number 1.
They put themselves on the board, Pavlos. They show not just us.
Yeah, that's
they show
big for
India
them. Got
that they
Breeze
are a
next
team
as well.
to fear.